online already.
Don't forget that you want to
Uh,
play video, you bring this
Yes.
and play.
okay,
And
3
create.
videos. Okay,
And you choose this file again, you love it.
okay, favorite also.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
And
Like-
you just finish, you
Stop
stop.
screen. Okay. Thank you, Mr.
At least you write, you write.
Live already.
And
Okay. I'm already live. Okay, go back again here.
before you
Uh, okay, I go back here, Mr. I go back.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Hello, everyone. Good morning again. Sorry for being late a little bit. We're having a little bit of technical problems. So much to that. So let's continue our topic. Last time, I told you to do our speaking test. I would like to remind you, this is our speaking test about East Asia and South Asia, right? Okay, so it's about singing activity. For those who are finished doing the recordings of their speaking test or our singing activity, you can put your finished work or your finished voice recording in our Google Classroom. And here are our Google Classroom codes. So I'm inviting you all to go to our Google Classroom and submit your work. Okay? So, okay, let's continue. And this is also another work. I gave you the worksheet as well. So I want you to write which countries belongs to what region. So let's answer it. Do you want to answer it? Okay, that's number 1, Japan. What is the correct answer? What part of Asia is Japan? Anyone can answer it? Okay, the answer is East Asia or EA. Okay, very good. Let's check it now. So you can bring out your papers as well. And let's continue checking. Number 2, Lebanon. What is the region? In which region Lebanon belongs to? And the answer is very good. It's WA or West Asia. Okay, very good. Next, how about Kazakhstan? Kazakhstan. What is the region of Kazakhstan? Very good, Sasikan. Okay. Relax. Okay. Kazakhstan is what region? It's Central Asia or CA. Very good. Okay, you can check your papers now, everybody. You can check your papers. And of course, next number 4 is Myanmar. Myanmar. What region? In which region did the country Myanmar belongs to? It's what? It's very good. It's SEA. What's the meaning of SEA? SEA is Southeast Asia. Next, 5, Bahrain. Bahrain. What is the region of Bahrain or Bahrain? It's the West Asia or WA. Very good. Next, how about North Korea? North Korea is which region is North Korea belong to? Very good. It's East Asia or EA. Next. Very good, Win-Win. Very good. Very good, Sasika. Next, Bangladesh. Bangladesh belongs to South Asia or SA. South Asia. Okay, next. Afghanistan or Afghanistan. Afghanistan belong to, okay, it's SA. I told you before, some of the books, Afghanistan belongs to Central Asia or CA. And in our book, in our lesson, in our subject, it belongs to South Asia. Next, Thailand. Which country? Okay. Which region did Thailand belongs to? Belongs to, it's very easy. It's SEA or Southeast Asia. Okay. Next, China. How about China? Very good, Napat. China belongs to EA or East Asia. Okay, so 1 to 2. Write down the score. Count 1 to 10. Alright, 10 over 10. Okay, I want you to take a photo of the result of your worksheets and then send it in our Google Classroom. Send the picture so that I can record it. Understand? By the way, class, since you already have 2 worksheets, this one, the first one is this one, right? You see the old worksheets that we have? Can you see it? The different 47 countries of Asia. Okay, I want you to put this in your notebook and staple it in your notebook. And then, because I'm going to look at this, understand? So you have to staple this in your notebook. This is the first worksheet. Okay? And the second worksheet, the one that we finished, this one. The one with the color as well. Okay? I want you to staple it also in your notebook in Social Studies English. Understand? All of your work must be stapled in your notebook so that I can easily see it. Okay? Thank you very much. And this one as well. I have here a small piece of paper I will give it to you by tomorrow, by Thursday or Friday, so that you can write down your score. This is the score sheet for your speaking test. Okay? I want you also this one to staple this one in your notebook. Remember, yes, tomorrow is Mother's Day, I understand. Sorry, on Thursday. I will give it to you on Thursday. I want all of these worksheets. You should put all worksheets in your notebook. Okay? So we already have 2 and a small one. Understand? Say, okay, teacher, if you understand. Okay, handsome teacher. Okay? Okay, very good. So let's move now to the past lessons that we had. Okay, a reminder, the speaking test. Again, for the worksheet, for the speaking test, there are 3 criteria. Clear pronunciation, 5 points. Song completion, 3 points. Grammar, 2 points, for the total of 10 points. I will give you this so that you can write your score. Okay? Cut off your class. Next. Okay, enter our Google Classroom. Thank you very much. Okay, now this time, I want you to, do you have your phone with you or any gadgets? I want you to play online game again. This is the online game. This is the address of the online game. It's about, can you name all the continents and oceans in the world? Okay, you have to open your mobile phone and search for this address, and then play the Google games about naming the different continents and oceans of the world. Okay, after opening it, okay, you have to play online. You can see this one. You can see. Okay, You can, the link, I will send it in our Google Classroom by tomorrow or by today. Okay, I just want to, if you finish playing this game, you can send it in our Google Classroom. Okay, don't worry, you still have until tomorrow to play it. Next, I will give the link tomorrow in our Google Classroom after this. Okay, next, after playing the game, of course, you have to take the photo of your score and your ranking. Don't worry, good Chan, I will give it to you again in our Google Classroom. Next, take a photo or screenshot of your scores and your rank and send it in our Google Classroom. Understand? Okay. Good luck. This would be just a simple game about continents and oceans of the world. Next one. Continue. Last time we finished about this. Match the keyword to the correct term. Topography. What is topography again? The study about landforms. Very good. Hydrology. Study about water forms. Okay. Climatology. Study about the weather and the climate of Earth. Okay. Next, biogeography. Study about the living things. Okay. By the way, you can play the Google games or the online games tomorrow. I will send it to you. Okay. Next. Remember last time we finished about discussing what is a border. Okay. A border. What is a border again? Can you still remember? A border is what? A border is, okay, the line that divides one country or place from another. So, in geography, it is very important to know the different borders of different places. Okay? Now, examples of border that I showed you. Example of borders is this. Natural border. A natural border is example of that is the Rhine River between two countries, between Germany and France. So in the middle is a river, so that is an example of border. Next, okay. How about this one? Okay, the line that separates Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. That is another example of border. Next. Okay. Mexico, the wall between Mexico and the United States of America is another example of border. Okay? So let's go. I will show you a video that will explain more about border. Okay, this one is a video that tells about more about borders, how borders being made, and what are the different types of border. Okay, let's play.
Hey everyone, Barbie here. Ever wonder why Chile is so long and thin? Or how Croatia ended up looking like a work of postmodern art? What is that thing sticking out of Namibia? Huh? What? How? Well, don't worry, I got you covered. This is how borders come to be. First off, this subject, like borders, is ever-changing, so to avoid making an outdated video, I'm going to explain the 4 main ways that borders are created and changed in a more global way. Ready to get this confusion fix-micated? Yeah! Now, to no surprise, nature is the straight-up OG of border creation. Oceans, mountains, rivers, deserts, and lakes. Historically, nature was the leading factor in causing distance between tribes and settlements.
Okay, the first, as you see, class, there are different kinds of borders or the line that separates places. The first one is the natural borders. Let's continue.
Which in return created the world's greatest cultural divergences. Natural borders aren't without their flaws, though. While mountains and deserts are usually solid throughout the ages, rivers and lakes tend to change and even disappear, causing dispute. Some countries keep their borders as they are to avoid conflict. Others want to change their borders according to natural fluctuations, which can cause unfavorable losses in land for one of the two sides. Before advanced ships and maritime travel came along, oceans remained the biggest hurdles for people to overcome. Those countries that could sail the furthest were the ones that could expand the fastest, shaping the world for hundreds of years to come. In a perfect world, natural borders would be the only borders, but alas, it's the people who decide. You could argue that countries with more twisty, windy borders that follow natural paths are more at peace with their neighbors. Street borders, however, are exclusively decided by people, and at many times with conflict. Which brings us to the history of a country and
Okay, there's another kind of border class that is made by people. And how are these borders being made by people? And look at the history of people. This is how they build or made borders. Let's continue.
is pretty much the history of man. And because history is a pretty long time, the argument of our ancestors came here first comes up a lot. But supposed heritage is only one reason to fight for land. Of course, factors like nationalism, social conflict, and greed have caused countless wars throughout the ages. But let's look at this example. The Roman Empire began, just like many other settlements, on what is now the Italian peninsula in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. Great advancements in sailing and warfare combined with a favorable position caused the massive expansion of land. In return,
A war can cause a war can cause a border class. If people wants to advance or wants to conquer another place, they gain another land and that's become their border. So that's another example of how border is being made. Understand? Can you hear, by the way, can you hear the video? Just say, okay, handsome teacher, if you can hear the video. Okay, understand? Okay, let's continue.
many other tribes and people groups, forming many enemies in the process. Some would say that the greed of the Romans eventually caused their downfall. Rapid expansion caused a thin defense and borders combined with the hostilities of many neighbor tribes and cultures, which in return caused an inevitable collapse of the regime. These days, an actual hostile takeover of another country is rarely heard of. Such war conflict is just not really profitable anymore. Although debatable, democracy over autocracy over the past few centuries has created probably the most diplomatically more peaceful era the world has ever seen. Colonization is virtually now a thing of the past, but its effects are everlasting, one of which being modern-day border anomalies. Colonization is a process by which a central country of power dominates surrounding or distant lands and its components. It is for those components that colonization exploded in the 1800s. Europe put their eyes and ships on Africa and East Asia, putting...
Okay, another man-made border is caused by colonization. When you say colonization class, it's about invading another place or another country. So that's how border is being made as well. Let's find out more.
Flags in the sand all over the continents and dividing them mostly peacefully amongst each other. What wasn't peaceful was the relationship with the indigenous people who weren't too happy about the foreign invaders. This often resulted in destabilization and even genocide. If peace has come without conflict, then a new border gets decided on. This happens in a few different ways. Either a line is drawn on a map, a natural border is chosen, or a cartographic signature like the global parallels is used. A good example of this is the world's longest border.
Okay, another one. If it is not settled by colonization, by natural borders, by war, this time by treaties. Okay, this time when you say treaties, both parties agree to what border do they have. Okay, so this time they will not fight to each other. They will just agree which borders will going to be with them. Okay, example of that is the longest border. Let's continue.
In the United States border where the 49th parallel was chosen as a reference point, or a line in this case.
Okay, this is the treaty between the two countries, the United States and Canada. Remember class, they did not fight, did not fight about having war, and they did not colonize each other. They just had a treaty. So that's another kind of how to make borders as well, class. By talking to each other or by having treaties. Understand? Okay, continue.
What's supposed to be a straight line, close up it looks like a toddler drew a line with a crayon. Trying to draw a straight line on a map without any eyes in the sky in the 19th century might just do that for you. Treaties can also cause very strange borders. Look at Congo, for instance.
Okay, of course, if there is a treaty or agreement, there's a little bit of uniqueness of making different borders. Let's find out what are those unique kind of border?
That is called a salient or panhandle because it makes some countries look like a pan. Stupid panhandles.
Okay, another kinds of
How do
border.
they come to be, you ask? Well, the origins are always different, but let's take the Congo pedicle, for example. After becoming one of the most horrible examples of genocidal colonization, King Leopold II decided he wanted a little bit of swampland for hunting while deciding the Congo borders. The border followed the Luapula River and the Congo Zambezi watershed, but kind of ended nowhere. So as colony leaders do, Leopold II asked the King of Italy to draw a line where the border should stop, creating this weird protrusion. More strangeness that can happen are enclaves and exclaves.
Okay, another unique kind of border is an enclave and an exclave. Look at this. Enclaves and exclaves are pieces of land that are detached or not attached to the mainland or to the main country. Let's find out more.
These are pieces of land that are detached and not directly connected to the rest of the larger main part of its country. These anomalies are created from some of the weirdest of circumstances.
That's one of the unique kind of border on Earth. Okay, it means it is part of the country, but it is not connected or attached to the country. It is a separate part of the country. Let's continue.
Is this spot right here, a province of Russia called Kaliningrad. 2 countries apart from the mainland, it was once
As you can see, this place is part of Russia, but this place is not connected to Russia, but it is still part of the border of Russia. That's how unique the border is, class. Understand?
East Prussia, along with Poland, under the name of its capital, Königsberg. It was once considered one of the most beautiful cities in Europe, along the likes of Prague and Vienna. However, now, yeah. Anyway, during the end of World War II, Joseph Stalin took the city over and named it after a Soviet chairman who died a few months earlier. The war left Kaliningrad in ruins and became an exclave after the fall of the Soviet Union and the inclusion of Poland and Lithuania in NATO. Now we've reached the most modern form of border extensions and one with little downsides.
Okay, another form of having a border, land reclamation. When you say land reclamation, it's a filling of land to the bodies of water to expand their land. So that's part of another border. Okay, continue.
Where almost all land has been divided by sovereign states, this tactic works perfect in regards to avoiding conflict and developing space. There are 3 ways of creating land from water.
Okay, land reclamation. There are 3 ways how to do land reclamation. So you can see when you say land reclamation, filling of land to the bodies of water to expand their borders or to expand their country. One example of that is Singapore, class. Since Singapore is a very small country, they're doing land reclamation to expand their borders and to expand their land. That's another way of making borders. Continue.
First is coastal extension. A truck brings rocks and sand from the mainland and simply dumps it at the coast.
Okay, coastal extension. That's the first kind of land reclamation.
The second is hydraulic reclamation.
Okay, hydraulic reclamation, the second one.
Ships pump up water and sand from the seafloor and spray it at the designated location. The water will wash away, leaving the sand behind. This could be at the coast or at a spot in the ocean to create a whole new island. The third and oldest way are polders, a Dutch name for land that has been reclaimed from a body of water.
Okay, the third one is the polders. It means they are sipping the water and then getting the land of it. Okay, and getting the land. That's the third one.
There are a few ways this works, but the most common way is building several layers of dikes.
They're draining the water.
Then using windmills to pump the water out of the area in between the dikes until it creates dry land surrounded by a river. This river is higher than the land in the middle. Much of the Netherlands has been terraformed this way, making it the only country in the world that is lower than sea level. And that's it! You may have some more questions, and if you'd like to know more about individual countries, just check out some videos here on this channel, or you can check out some more of Vincent's amazing animations at mode7.com. Alright.
Okay, very good. So this is how borders are being made. Once again, I do not own this video. You can watch it again in our Google Classroom, or you can watch it in YouTube. The title of the YouTube is How Borders Come to Be by Geography Now. Thank you very much, Geography Now, for making this video. Now, let's proceed to Understand the different borders, class? Let's continue. Okay. Okay, now let's find out what are the borders of Asia. Since we're going to focus in the continent Asia, let's find out what are the different borders of Asia. Do you know that Asia is a big landmass, is connected to another continent, and that is Europe. So Europe and Asia are big landmass that is connected, and it is called Eurasia. Okay, so Eurasia again are the two continents joined together. The western part is the Europe, and the eastern part is Asia. Now, between these two continents, you can find borders or line that separates these two countries. And what are those borders between these two continents? By the way, I want you to get your notebook and copy this, the one that I'm pointing out. As you can see, the red one, I want to copy only the words that is being pointed out. Okay? Understand? Let's continue. Next. Now, as I told you before, Eurasia are two big landmass, that is connected to two continents, the Europe and Asia. Now, how do we define which is part of Asia and which is part of Europe? By defining their borders. And these are the borders of Asia and Europe. First one, look at it. Okay, the first one is the Suez Canal. Suez Canal is located in Egypt, class. So you can find the first border is Suez Canal. Say it again, Suez Canal. Okay? That's the first border between Asia and Europe. Next border. Next border is Ural Mountains. Okay? Ural Mountains. Ural Mountains are a group of mountains between Europe and Asia. You can find it here. You can see the arrow. Okay, next. Caucasus Mountain. Okay? Caucasus Mountain. Don't worry. You can see this slide in our Google Classroom or in this YouTube video. You can replay this again. It's okay. Understand? And then you can copy in your notebook. Okay? So you can see, you can copy this after I finish teaching you. Okay? Understand? Next is Caucasus Mountain. Next, Caspian Sea. Okay? Caspian Sea. That's the fourth one. And the last one is the Black Sea. Okay? So these border class are the borders between Europe and Asia. Okay? Look at it. You see the line that separates Europe and Asia? To your on the western part is Europe. This one is Europe. Okay? And on the eastern part is the Asia. Okay? So this one separates these two continents. Again, Ural Mountains, Caucasus Mountains, Black Sea, Suez Canal, and Caspian Sea. Okay? Next. Okay, can you see it now? Okay. Ural Mountains, Caucasus Mountains, Black Sea, Suez Canal, and Caspian Sea. These are the borders between Europe and Asia. Okay. Can you name? What border is this? What do you think is this border? Anyone? You can answer. Do you still remember? Okay, let's see. It's Caucasus Mountain. How about this border? Can you name this border? What border is this? Look at the map carefully. What border is that? That is? Okay, it's Suez Canal. Very good. Suez Canal. Next. What border is this? What is this border or this border? Can you still remember? Bimalpande, it's not Black Sea. This one, it's the Ural Mountains. It's Ural Mountains. Very good. Supawit, Rofi, very good. Ural Mountains, very good. Next. How about this one? What border is this? What border is this? This is Caspian Sea. Very good. This is Caspian Sea. And the last one, what is this border? This one is Black Sea. Okay. Not Caspian, it's Caspian Sea. Caspian. Understand? Okay, these are the borders again. Caspian Sea, look at carefully how. Sorry, Black Sea, look at Black Sea. Next is Caspian Sea. Okay. Next is Ural Mountains. Okay. Next is Suez Canal. Okay. And the last one is Caucasus Mountain or Caucasus Mountain. Again, Caucasus Mountain, Suez Canal, Ural Mountains, Caspian Sea, and Black Sea. Okay, these are the borders between Europe and Asia, or the border of Asia in the western part of it. Okay, next, let's move on. Next, after looking for the border between Europe and Asia, let's go to another border of Asia. Asia is bordered on the east of the Pacific Ocean, by the Pacific Ocean, sorry. This is Arctic Ocean in the north, by the way. They are surrounded, by the way, Asia is surrounded by ocean as well. Okay, Arctic Ocean in the north, Indian Ocean in the south, and Pacific Ocean in the east. Okay, so these are the three big oceans that surrounds Asia. These are another borders class. Okay? Understand? Again, Arctic Ocean in the north, Pacific in the east, and Indian Ocean in the south. Let's continue. Anyone? Can you name what border is this? This is what? What border is this? This is? Okay. Okay. Very good. This is Pacific Ocean. It is in the east of the continent Asia. How about this border? Very good, folk. This one. What border is this? Okay, it is Arctic Ocean. Very good. This is Arctic Ocean. Next, how about this one? What ocean is this? M.2 students, answer to your very handsome teacher. It is the Indian Ocean. Very good. So these are the three oceans that surrounds Asia, or the continent Asia. Of course, let's go to another slide. Of course, an ocean is a big part of body of water. So inside ocean, you can find seas as well. So what are the important seas or some of the important seas that is surrounding or bordering Asia? And let's find out what are those. First one, this ocean, this sea is the Bering Sea class. Bering Sea is part of the Arctic Ocean. You can find Bering Sea in the north. That's one of the border sea of Asia. Okay? Next, followed by this one, the Yellow Sea. Yellow Sea in the east. Okay, Yellow Sea in the east. And in the south, you can find the Bay of Bengal. You can find Bay of Bengal in Indian Ocean. Don't worry, folks, we will finish around 5 minutes. Don't worry. I know you're hungry. Just relax. Okay, we'll finish this. The next one. Okay, another part of the borders of Asia is the Arabian Sea or Arabian Sea. Okay, so these are the seas around or surrounding Asia. And the last one of the most controversial sea is the, anyone, can you name this? This one that I'm pointing at, this is the, of course, South China Sea. I know, okay? It's almost time, oh, don't worry, okay? Again, so these are the surrounding seas that is bordering Asia. Thailand Sea, it's South China Sea class, South China Sea. So these are the different borders of Asia. Bering Sea, Yellow Sea, South China Sea, Arabian Sea, and Bay of Bengal. Let's continue. This one. What border is this? Just a recap. This one is, it's part of Thailand. Thailand Sea is part of South China Sea class. Okay, next. First one is, the circle one is Bering Sea. Very good. Next, how about this one? It's Yellow Sea. Okay. How about this one? Bay of Bengal. Very good. Very good. Normal Sea. Normal Sea. Okay, next. How about this one? What is this one? It's, okay, it's the Arabian Sea. Okay. And the last one is this. It's the South China Sea. Okay, so these are the seas and the bay that surrounds Asia. Get it? Okay. Very good. Okay, next. Okay, so since it's almost time, we will just finish here. We just finished the different borders and review about the seeing activity and check about the different regions of it, different countries in each region. So by next week we will continue, and don't forget class, you have to pass all your activities in our Google Classroom. Don't worry, I will send the lesson or lesson 5 in our Google Classroom for you to remember. Understand? Okay, don't worry today, you don't have worksheets because last week I gave you two works already. Understand? Okay. So that's it for now. So see you again next week. Okay? Bye.